Hi. So, is he a communist? Well, it depends what you define as communism. He does not conform himself as communist, he conforms himself as Christian. But if you analyze his content, you might find out that he is actually a communist. And how do you find out? Well, it's really easy. First of all, he does not conform with the Catholic Church. Well, that's not something unusual. It is common among Protestants. But remember when Pope Francis came to America? Well, everyone licked his ass, all the churches, disregarding the fact that most of them were founded on the cornerstone that the Pope is by definition Antichrist. And he, Vigilant Christian, commonly criticizes the Pope as Antichrist. He has very aggressive rhetoric against him, but why, you might ask? Well, some Protestants view the Pope as Antichrist, but the communists also view the Pope and Catholic Church as the greatest enemy because if you are the communist, or you work with communists, or you associate yourself with communists, or you are even personal friend with communists, you are automatically excommunicated from the Catholic Church. They are the greatest enemies since the Pope struck a deal with Mussolini. So that doesn't tell us anything. It's more like it can be both ways. But there are next things. The strict biblicism of the vigilant Christian is very rare these days. When he was baptized, he was even baptized in a pool, not in a classical sense like in a church, because he's a strict biblicist. He's like a Martin Luther or Peter of Helčice. He believes in the image of Jesus. He don't believe in Old Testament. And the image of Jesus is here important. Is Jesus a communist? Well, no, but many communists tried to basically steal Jesus in the same way that the American right did. They tried to appropriate Jesus as a first communist. They tried to do the same with many Christians and Christian reformers. And I think the vigilant Christian might not even know that he is a communist, but he sure is. Because look at the content of his video. Everything's Illuminati, everything is New World Order, everything is the elite. And how does he classify the elite? Is this evil intent? Is it connections to some evil organization? Is it some nefarious deeds of the past that those people done? No. All that connects those people criticized by the vigilant Christian is that they are rich, influential, and they have money. And that's the point. Communism views everything with money as pure evil. There is no escape from that. If you in communism exceed at anything, then that is wrong. You are wrong. You are evil. You are corrupting society with your income inequality. And that is why I think why he criticizes everything that is something to do with rich people as Illuminati. Also, you might notice that all his criticism come towards the United States, Canada, I don't know, Western Europe. He never criticizes the Navy, Arabia or East or communist countries like actual communist countries or Russia or Eastern Europe. He always talks about the West. He is okay with countries that suppress freedom of thought because he can work in that countries in secret by simply infiltrating any organization that is there. If he was born in a Muslim country, he would just do the same shit, just with a beard and not so gay haircut. If he was born in China, he would do the same shit, but he could be open about the fact that he's a communist. If the fact that he's from Canada, he's doing this shit as a Christian, but because there is a free competition of ideas, he can be exposed as the communist he is, and that is why he hates the West. The next point is his videos, there are many of them, he talks, his private videos, he talks about the struggle of making the new man. He talks about the rebirth and the second coming. This is not a Christian rhetoric. Christian rhetoric does not try to create a better man. They believe that the man is perfect as he is because he is made in the image of God. This is the rhetoric of communism. Communism tried to forge better men by abolishing privacy and establishing the new all-encompassing society that demands conformity. Then he talks about the fact in few of his videos that the Illuminati has already been defeated by the coming of Jesus Christ and that we are only facing illuminated men. And the question is, why does he make all these videos about the Illuminati if he then claims that the Illuminati doesn't exist, that we are only fighting with illuminated men? Well, does he said with which they are illuminated? Well, he said that this is the work of the devil and that this new world order is directed by the Satan and that those evil men have been illuminated by the Satan's will. Well, this is really convenient. It is so that he can prove to all his followers if they were actually to defeat some of these evil men, that they will not found the Illuminati, they will not found all that bullshit, but he can say those men have been illuminated by the holy, unholy Satan's will, yeah, like Satan and Illuminati and all this shit, not just because they are rich and that I'm a secret communist, not at all. So that's another point. Then there is the question of all his hate for the New Age movement that he proclaims is a satanic ploy. Well, that comes from a place of simple competition. The New Age movement developed from the hippie movement, and the hippie movement had a lot of common with communism, but it was diametrically opposed to it because communism is collectivist and the hippies were really individual. They valued individual freedom, and that is a big point when they two split. And the New Age movement developed with from the hippies, while from the communism that was present at that time developed new third wave feminism and this neo Marxism or cultural Marxism. That is the why he criticizes the New Age movement is because he views them as a failed state, as a failed project, as a heretic. Nothing is so bad as heretic. He also engages in Trotskyist rhetoric. He talks about the reborn and about the continual struggle against the Illuminati that we all must prevail. And his interpretation of Christianity is very, very varying from anything everyone has ever seen. And I think that his is because his Christianity is shallow, it is a fake ploy, because I think he is actually a Trotskyist. He believes in the continual revolution, that the revolution also must also be replaced by another and another until the end, until the perfect man is born out of the permanent revolution. That is why he talks about this. He talks about this in his personal life. He believes that in him the Jesus force come to him and then it retreats and then it come to him back. Is this the idea of the permanent revolution going inside of him? Does he internalize Trotskyism into his own head? Well, I don't know. Think about it. The next point is the transgender issue. This is also from this point of that the left, the non-empirical crazy left, views this as their main talking point and he views them as their enemy. Why? You ask because they are the heretic, they are competition, they are bringing the radical communist away from Trotskyism into this neo-Marxist rhetoric of cultural Marxism. He cannot stand that. Nobody, no old-time Trotskyist or Marxist or Stalinist or Maoist can stand cultural Marxism. They view it as a failure, as a degeneracy. It's the same time that the Shia and the Sunni hate each other. That's why he hates feminists, transgender people, and also the New Age movement. Speaking of the New Age movement, that might be the source of his secret communism. He was many years member of it. He still wears the relics of it, and he is self-identified with it for many years, I believe. Now he came out of it. I believe he discovered somewhere in that group of people someone who talked him into communism, and but he doesn't like to be called a communist, so he borrowed the Christian rhetoric of Jesus and he wrapped the communism in Jesus, and now he criticizes everyone and anything that is there to be criticized, but he rarely criticizes any actual person, like private individual, or any free thinker, or anyone with ideas that isn't rich or famous or influential, or basically he only comes for the class enemy. He does the class warfare. He views himself as the underclass, and he goes for the oppressive bourgeoisie. And that's why I think the vigilant Christian Mario is actually a communist. Well, I don't know what you think. Make your comments clear, and thank you for your listening. Sorry for the quality. I will make it better.